So there's not much of a backstory on the origin of motorhomes. They're motorhomes. They do what they do. They take families on vacation. This one is still technically a Class A. It's a workhorse chassis. It's a W22, so 22,000 pound gross chassis. Has a Chevrolet 8.1 liter Vortec and an Allison transmission. So gas engine, truck chassis, the whole 9 yards. So my story with this 05 Monaco Monarch here starts last year. The virus was in full swing and vacation was really, really hard. Now I had set up a house rental from VRBO set up in Colorado. But at that time, planes were not really an option. Nobody really wanted to fly. And so I said, hey, let's just drive up there. It's not that bad. I'm a night owl. I can drive all night long. We'll be there before you know it. But the rest of the family started thinking, you know, this is going to suck. I mean, there's gas stations that aren't letting people use the bathroom. You can't go inside. You can't do anything. And this is, you know, a 16-hour drive. So we started looking around for a RV to take. And we were really last minute on it. It was, we only had like 3 weeks left before we finally found this one. So we went and got it, and it's a low mile unit. It's only got like 25,000 miles on it. So we picked it up and got everything, you know, mostly ready, got the tires changed out on it, everything you do with these particular RVs. And we rolled out, and going up there was no real problem. It performed flawlessly. It got, you know, 7.5, 8 miles to the gallon, but it was, you know, a rolling bathroom, and, you know, it was comfortable and all that. So we did our thing for a week, and we started to head back, and this is where things got a little weird, because we got detoured by a Colorado fire, so we had to go up a different mountain pass, and it was not happy at all. Wouldn't hardly accelerate, and it was doing about 10 miles an hour. It was limping in second gear. It was going into limp mode. We couldn't figure out why. I heard this weird noise coming from the engine, but I couldn't find it. And I looked everywhere, could not find it. We're on the side of the mountain, and, you know, we're just trying to get out of Colorado and limp it home. So we make it out of Colorado and down through New Mexico, and we started heading into Texas, and it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been driving. I'm really starting to get tired, and this engine is really starting to make a lot more noise than it was, and I'm just trying desperately to make the last 300 miles home. So pull over, change drivers, and, you know, I strap in and take a nap. And about 20 miles down the road, my dad's driving, and he stops at a truck stop in a little town called Quanah, Texas. Blip in the road. It's a truck stop and nothing. He stops there, gasses up, goes inside to get some coffee, tries to bump the key. I'm over here kind of drifting off to sleep, and I hear no engine start, and I go, uh-oh. Bumps the key again, nothing happens. Bump the key again, nothing happens. I'm thinking, oh God, this 8.1 just spun a bearing 300 miles from home. I got no tow car. We didn't have time to get a tow car. We rented a car up in Colorado. So I'm thinking, okay, we're completely and utterly screwed. So we pull the doghouse off on the inside, and we look at the engine, and it's pretty apparent that the 30,000 mile AC compressor has completely shelled itself, and the actual pulley has locked up tight, basically shredding the belt, all that. So we're in trouble. We got no tow car. We got no family to call. It's, you know, within, you know, 4 hours. Anybody that's going to come out to help us is, you know, 4 or 5 hours away. I'm dead tired. I've been driving all night long, and we're just going, oh crap. So we have tools with us. So I go into this truck stop, and I gather up some supplies in there. And basically what the plan was let's do a makeshift belt so we can get down to an auto parts store and hopefully find an AC compressor. So we try various methods of doing this stuff. We tried belts, we tried zip ties covered in duct tape, just something to turn the water pump enough to get it down the road. And that's when we realized that the water pump is a reverse direction, and there is absolutely no way of turning it to reverse the direction. So at this point, we're well and truly screwed. So I'm desperate at this point. I am doing anything. I'm even trolling Facebook Marketplace to try to find a cheap beater. There's no taxi service. There's no Uber. It's Sunday. There's coronavirus going on. There is not a ride to be found. So we're getting pretty desperate, and we've been here about 3 hours trying to get this thing going. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. So brother-in-law, Discount Finnegan, Roy, he calls an O'Reilly's and is like, hey, do y'all deliver? Because we're about 20 miles from where you're at and we're stranded. And they're like, yeah, we deliver, but it's going to be another hour before our delivery guy comes in. It's like, what part do you need? It's like, okay, well, we need an AC compressor for an 05, you know, Kodiak C5500. They don't have one. But I'm looking at this compressor and I'm going, that ain't nothing but an AC compressor that a Vortec 350 Chevrolet uses. And everybody is like, you sure about this? I'm like, yes, I'm sure about this. I've changed enough of them. I know that compressor. I know what it is. Trust me on this. So O'Reilly's has a compressor for a 98 C1500 with a Vortec. So we call them and, you know, pay for it, credit card over the phone, and say, hey, you know, can you please deliver this thing 20 miles? And they say, yeah, and about an hour goes by and I'm thinking, yeah, these people just, you know, they decide they're not gonna come out there. But the very nice lady came out, delivered the AC compressor, tried to give her a tip. No, heck no, she wasn't gonna take no tip. But yeah, she saved our bacon that day. We changed the compressor out, put a new belt on it, and ripped it home. But it was definitely a miserable but memorable experience. And as you can see, a year later, we still got this thing, and you know, it's just I don't know where the story's going to end on this one, but for right now, we still got it. So as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more. And if you have a car story, drop a comment down below because I'd love to hear it.